No species survives a star. Not plasma-born. Not machine-made. Not gods. Yet the first human record I intercepted claimed exactly that. I dismissed it as primitive mythology. I was wrong. I am Observer Kara of the Imperial Expansion Swarm. My species calculates probability through harmonic gravity. We do not dream. We do not imagine. We solve. And every solution said humanity should already be extinct. Earth was marked for peaceful absorption. That was before the Armado arrived. I watched from Orbit Relay 7. 3,000 Imperial warships surrounded the blue world. Each vessel carried enough antimatter to erase continents. Resistance probability, 0.03%. The humans should have surrendered. Every intelligent civilization always did. Instead, their broadcasts became strangely calm. Cities remained illuminated. Children continued walking to schools. Ocean traffic never stopped. Music filled their communication channels. I concluded they had accepted extinction. That was mistake number 1. Our emperor delivered the final decree. Transfer planetary authority. Biological assets will be preserved. Silence answered. Not fear. Not anger. Just silence. Then a single human voice appeared. We hear you. Nothing more. No negotiations. No threats. No begging. I recorded the transmission for historical archives. I labeled humanity psychologically broken. Mistake number 2. Imperial landing fleets descended first. Millions of armored soldiers entered Earth's atmosphere. The invasion timetable predicted planetary occupation within 9 hours. I had seen this sequence thousands of times. Orbital superiority. Ground suppression. Infrastructure seizure. Population compliance. It was mathematics. Except Earth refused mathematics. The first landing zone was an empty desert. No defenses. No weapons. No movement. Our commanders laughed. I analyzed thermal signatures. 0 military presence. Exactly as expected. Until the sand moved. Not exploded. Moved. The entire desert folded upward. Gigantic metallic structures emerged beneath centuries of dust. Not buildings. Not bunkers. Factories. Thousands of them. Ancient. Hidden. Already active. Impossible. Earth's industrial output increased 3,000% in 12 minutes. No civilization could manufacture at that speed. I blamed faulty sensors. Mistake number 3. The factories produced no visible weapons. Only enormous sealed containers. Millions of them. Our analysts celebrated. Emergency food reserves. Reasonable. Logical. Wrong. Every container launched into orbit. Without rockets. Without engines. Gravity itself bent around them. I demanded recalibration. Physics remained unchanged. The containers reached Imperial battleships. Then, nothing. No explosions. No impacts. No radiation. The containers simply attached themselves to our hulls. Our fleet ignored them. So did I? Mistake number 4. Ground forces advanced. Human cities still refused evacuation. Families continued eating dinner. Sports events continued. Traffic jams filled highways. No panic. No screaming. How could prey behave like this? Our behavioral algorithms failed. Again. Imperial walkers entered New Delhi. No resistance. Only empty streets. I calculated successful occupation. Then every electronic device inside the city activated simultaneously. Televisions. Phones. Streetlights. Vehicles. Kitchen appliances. Everything. One message appeared. Welcome. Our troops hesitated. I laughed. Psychological theater. Primitive. Harmless. Then every machine shut down. Not human machines. Imperial machines. Weapons stopped firing. Armor froze. Communication died. Artificial intelligence disappeared. Entire battalions became statues. Human civilians walked past them, ignoring them completely. No executions. No celebrations. No prisoners. Just ignored. I could not understand. Predators always display dominance. Humans displayed indifference. That frightened me more. The Emperor ordered orbital bombardment. At last. A rational decision. 900 battleships targeted military infrastructure. Planetary annihilation protocols armed. Energy levels reached maximum. Then, every weapon fired. I watched brilliant beams descend. I expected oceans to boil, mountains to evaporate. Instead, the beams vanished. No impact. No explosion. No atmospheric disturbance. Gone. As if reality itself had swallowed them. Impossible. Energy cannot disappear. It must transform. It must obey. Everything obeys. Except humans. Fleet engineers searched desperately. Weapon systems showed successful discharge. Earth recorded 0 damage. Where had the energy gone? No answer existed. Our scientists began arguing. Our priests began praying. Neither helped. The Emperor became angry. Angry leaders make predictable choices. He ordered the flagship forward. The Crown of Eternity. Largest warship ever constructed. Length, 21 kilometers. Crew, for million. Invincible. Its shadow covered continents. Human broadcasts finally changed. For the first time, they sounded disappointed. One scientist spoke quietly. Oh, another answered. They brought the large one. No fear. Only mild inconvenience. I classified this as denial. Mistake number 5. The flagship charged its stellar lance. One shot could split moons. Every surviving fleet withdrew to safe distance. Even I increased orbital separation. The lance fired. Space itself cracked open. White light consumed my sensors. When vision returned, the stellar lance was gone. Not deflected. Not absorbed. Gone. Along with the front third of our flagship. Not destroyed. Missing. Cleanly removed from existence. No debris. No explosion. No corpses. Simply absent. Reality contained a hole shaped exactly like our warship. The remaining 2/3 drifted silently. Internal atmosphere escaped. Emergency signals screamed across every frequency. Then they stopped. 4 million Imperial citizens disappeared without dying. No biological process explained it. No physical law allowed it. Our greatest weapon had erased itself. Fear entered the Armada. Fear entered me. For the first time in my existence, I questioned mathematics. The Emperor demanded answers. None existed. Then Earth's moon moved. Not naturally. Not gradually. It turned. Just enough. Only a few degrees. Revealing something hidden forever on its far side. A black structure larger than continents. Older than stars. Covered in symbols no living civilization had ever recorded. Human satellites orbited it casually. As if it had always been there. As if everyone already knew. Every imperial historian screamed the same sentence. That cannot exist. I whispered something even worse. What have humans been hiding from the universe? That sentence echoed through every surviving imperial channel. No one admitted saying it. No one claimed ownership. Yet every officer heard it. I heard it. The Emperor heard it. Perhaps. Earth wanted us to. The black structure on the far side of the moon awakened. No engines ignited. No weapons unfolded. It simply opened. The darkness separated like an enormous eye. Inside, stars moved the wrong way. Not around each other. Through each other. My mind rejected the geometry. 3 navigators collapsed. Our mathematical priests tore away their sensory membranes. I concluded it was a biological attack. Mistake number 6. The humans did nothing. They watched. The same pattern again. Calm. Silent. Patient. I finally understood what I believed. Humans always waited. They waited for enemies to make the fatal mistake. The Emperor refused to retreat. Imperial doctrine did not allow fear. Advance. The surviving armada obeyed. Nearly 2,000 warships accelerated together. Enough firepower remained to sterilize 1,000 worlds. Our formations were perfect. Perfect formations had never failed. The black structure remained motionless. Then every human communication satellite transmitted one sentence. You crossed the last line. No countdown followed. No dramatic warning. Nothing. The stars blinked. Only once. Half the armada vanished. Not exploded. Not burned. Gone. Entire formations disappeared between one heartbeat and the next. Empty space replaced them. My scanners insisted nothing had happened. Yet millions of life signs were simply missing. The Emperor roared with rage. Destroy the moon. Thousands of missiles launched. Relativistic cannons fired. Gravitic lances screamed across the void. Every attack curved. Not away. Back. Our own weapons returned. Not reflected. Redirected. Perfectly. The Imperial battleship beside me disappeared inside its own antimatter blast. Another was sliced apart by its own gravity lance. A carrier fleet collapsed into miniature singularities created by their own bombardment. No human weapon touched them. We destroyed ourselves. I insisted Earth had somehow hacked causality. That explanation comforted me. It was also wrong. Our science vessels finally decoded fragments of the black structure. It was not a fortress. It was not a weapon. It was a lock. The realization froze every command deck. Something unimaginably ancient had sealed something away. Not to protect it. To protect everyone else. The Emperor laughed. Then we break it. He ordered the Crown Air Fleet toward the structure. The first dreadnought reached the surface. Its landing struts touched the black stone. Nothing happened. The second landed. Nothing. The third activated excavation lasers. The stone cracked. Only 1 centimeter. The universe screamed. There is no other word. Space itself screamed. Every star brightened together. Every quantum relay failed. Time hesitated. For one impossible instant, I remembered events that had never happened. Then reality corrected itself. The crack emitted no light. Only silence. Deep. Infinite. Hungry. A single human shuttle approached. No escort. No weapons. One elderly woman stepped onto the black surface. No armor. Gray hair. Simple blue clothing. She looked absurdly fragile. The Emperor laughed again. I believe she had come to surrender. Mistake number 7. She placed one hand on the crack. Enough. The stone healed instantly. The screaming stopped. The stars returned to normal. My species measures courage through gravitational resonance. Her reading exceeded every known living being. How? She carried no technology. No implants. No visible protection. She simply turned toward the Imperial fleet. We asked for peace. Her voice, no transmitter detected. No signal existed. Still. We all heard her. You mistook kindness for weakness. The Emperor ordered her execution. A precision beam fired. It reached her. Then. Stopped. Not blocked. Stopped. Hovering centimeters away from her face. She looked almost disappointed. The beam slowly bent. It pointed upward. It continued forever, piercing empty space. Hours later, our deep observatories reported the impossible. The beam had exited the galaxy. No energy loss. No measurable decay. Physics had resigned. At last I understood. Humanity had never been fighting us. They had been protecting us. Protecting everyone. From whatever waited behind that ancient lock. The Emperor refused understanding. He activated the Imperial last command. Every remaining warship would overload simultaneously. A wave powerful enough to erase the solar system. Victory through mutual destruction. It was irrational. It was inevitable. I prepared my final record. Then every human on Earth looked upward. Not soldiers. Everyone. Children. Doctors. Farmers. Teachers. Musicians. Millions upon millions. They closed their eyes. No machines activated. No hidden fleet emerged. Nothing happened. For exactly 3 seconds. Then every overloaded Imperial reactor became stable. Every antimatter core cooled. Every singularity engine returned to idle. Not one exploded. Not one failed. They were healed. Impossible. The Emperor screamed. You spared us. The elderly woman answered softly. No. She looked toward the stars beyond our fleet. We spared them. Only then did I notice it. Something enormous moved beyond visible space. Not approaching Earth. Approaching us. Something the lock had almost released. Something that had waited since before galaxies learned to shine. It saw our armada. It ignored humanity completely, as though humans were not prey, but wardens. The creature withdrew. Slowly. Respectfully. As if recognizing familiar guardians. The black structure closed. The moon became ordinary again. Human cities resumed their daily lives. Traffic returned. Children laughed. Music continued. The invasion was over. No victory parade. No celebration. Only another ordinary day on Earth. The Imperial Armada retreated. Not because we were defeated. Because we had finally understood we had never been the true enemy. Centuries have passed since that day. I remain the last official witness. Every civilization asks why the Empire never invaded Earth again. I tell them the truth. They laugh. Exactly as I once did. Then they ask the same question I asked on that impossible day. What are humans? I still have no answer. I only know this. We believed humans had survived inside a star. The truth was far worse.